Going through childbirth is letting go of your old self, allowing it to die, and rebirth a new self. Here at Familyology, we are committed to building bonds and resilience for every individual and family journey. That's why we are here to support you through every stage of life, from conception and childhood to the complexities of adult relationships. Welcome to Joining Hearts Talk, where we are going to explore the beautiful complexity of family life, relationships, and everything in between. Now, diving into the topic of childbirth and transformation, birthing is a transformational journey. The birth where we have to walk by ourselves, but not alone. And that's really important. And before we dive into this topic, if you guys don't know who we are, my name is Stephanie.
Yeah, hi, I'm Andrea, and we're the lead family advocate of coaches at Familyology, and we will be your hosts. And we're thrilled, we're totally thrilled to have you here with this journey of childbirth and transformation. And yeah, and like Stephanie said, you're definitely not alone. And we're going to dive into that a lot more. So let's go ahead, Stephanie.
Yeah, so I liked like when I used to do childbirthing, or I would be sitting there listening to other friends doing childbirth classes. There's times that they would do this myth, and it's normally like a very Greek style myth story that is known as the Queen of the Heavens. Name of her name is Iana. And so she's the queen of the heavens. She is very powerful, very confident. She did a lot of transformation to become the woman she is now. And now she is pregnant. And now it is time to, it's getting close to give birth. And so by that time, this is why we do childbirth classes, or we hear stories, or we connect with our ancestors and our family to help us prepare. And so we have like this little basket, and we're collecting all this information, and some are good and some are bad and some are challenging, so it just really depends, right?
Mhm.
And it's up to us to see what we're going to take in, and we could learn about certain tools and everything. But in this story, she's going to the underworld. And this underworld is known as birthing because it's kind of like the unknown. You could do so much preparation and you could read so many things, but in the end, before you enter to that journey of birthing, going to the underworld, you need to let go of everything. Because at that time, we stop being logical and it's more emotional, and we're more in the surrendering mode and trying to go through this path of the unknown known as the underworld. And you know then from there you have to understand, like, okay, what am I at this moment that I'm experiencing this journey, what tools am I going to just surrender to? And this is where we just naturally do. And the underworld is just like a symbol of, like, this is scary, this is unsure, we have to walk through this alone, you and your baby, and you guys are going together by yourselves into this journey and not knowing the outcome. And you could do it your best as possible to make it as best it can be. But again, like I said before, this birthing transformation is, you got to walk by yourself, but yet not alone. And this is why it's really good to have your support team.
Mhm.
But going back to the story, not only are you going through this transformation, but you're also essentially dying. And what do I mean by that? It sounds scary, but you're dying your old self, because when you enter, you have already become a certain type of person. Now this is something new. Now you're gonna rebirth, and a new self, a powerful self, a new experience, a transformation, and now you're coming with a baby, right? And so then you're coming with someone else, and this is where, like, seeing the light is after the birth. So now this is who you are, and you have to just decide what information I want to go back and collect from the basket that I left. And some are gonna, you're gonna want to do. You're someone like, I want still to pick these type of items and beliefs, and some I'm just gonna have to like learn different ones. And so it's just that, it's just showing that, sometimes we lose this powerful identity that we are, and we have to do this transformation because we're going there with the unknown, and we're shedding our own self, and building our new self. And this is why a lot of times when I do postpartum work, you hear, I miss my old life, I
Mm.
miss my old self. And it's normal, and it's fine to grieve in that sense, because now this is something new. Now you have a baby. Now your life is changing. You have to adapt. And that is what this is. It's like being able to be vulnerable during your birth, being able to surrender, being able to adjust and become yourself. And so this is what that story is all about.
Yeah, I like how
What do
you
you
were
have any
talking about
thoughts?
that. Yeah, I do, because when you were talking about that story, and then also the different myths and all the different things that come our way when we're pregnant, and also some of that is not also just external, it could be internal, because as soon as you find or you see the two lines, depending on how you find that you're pregnant, that there's something inside you that is going to grow, we can have different eternal dialogues that can come in our mind, and that we can deem as truth, right, or facts, or and then adding to the plate is the external, when people are like, no, you got to do this, and you got to, and or like you said, the basket full of things, just adding and adding and adding before the 9 to 10 months of giving birth. Now you have to dig through this big old basket of things, and which one do you choose? Do you choose the eternal things that's coming in your mind when you first found out you were pregnant, or do you choose the stuff that comes from your mother, your aunts, your uncles, and all these, or that big old thick book you read, and the apps that we get? It can feel like you're dying, you're losing yourself, right? And but I like how you also navigated to that, this is a transformation. If you see it as a transformation and not necessarily losing yourself, but you're evolving, right? This is a time for you to be evolving, and you now have a precious one. Whoever is watching this, you might be pregnant, and you got a precious one that is inside you. But I'm here to tell you, and I was just when we were talking about getting on here, that every time I hear the word transformation, I can't help to think of the Transformers, y'all. But it's more than meets the eye, right? You are enough, and you're evolving at this moment, and you're not alone. And that's why people come with these different advices and the different words, to share that you are not alone, but this is a time of evolving, and you're transforming. And yes, you might lose some things, and you have to, that this is what we're talking about with childbearing, that there are going to be some things that we have to let go in order for us to transform and be what we were already made to be,
Mhm.
in giving birth. So I love, you said the, the underworld and death, but I ain't gonna lie. I remember when I first got pregnant, and I know I'm the relational coach, y'all. So I'm gonna talk about my story and be very transparent. But I remember when I found out I was pregnant with my child, my son, my first one. And prior to all that, it didn't come very well. So I was very nervous. I was very nervous that, am I going to have this child? And when I found out he was a boy, I mean, I was a little, relieved, but also I was still like, I don't know nothing to do with a boy. Like, I'm a girl. And I was nervous. So we're here to let you know that through guidance, through step by step, take it day by day, right? That you're not alone, that you take it day by day, just like how that child is being um, developing in your body. You take that day by day, and in that development, you're going to learn more about yourself and how you're growing. And then eventually, even in familyology, that after the birth, it just hears Stephanie talk that you are going to constantly evolve. My son right now, 11 years old. No, he's 13. See, that's sad. He's 13 years old. But all those years of him growing inside me, and then now he's growing outside of me, is a little bit of me. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when he was 2. What was I doing? So it's a little bit of me. And so you're not alone if you didn't get anything. That's why we call this United Hearts. This is something to let you know that you're not alone. That's normal to feel those emotions. It's very normal. But also, you've been an entity by yourself for a while, just like the Transformers. They were cars, there were trucks, there were all these things. So all of a sudden something happened, and now they got to be their true selves and they got to transform, because we need you. We need you to step up to what you were truly made to do. And so you're not alone, but also we need you. We need you to evolve. And you're going to have to let go of some of the old ways or some of those old things that you were, because we need you. So I know that was a lot, Stephanie, but yeah, that was good. I like that. I didn't lie. With some of that story, I was like, oh my God, death, underworld, oh my God. But that's how we be feeling, like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this story is super longer than this. I like condensed it to the max and just put like some of the key points of it. And but yeah, this is why we are transforming, we are growing. We're shifting. And we could have people around us, and that's great. But this is why sometimes going to maybe groups or classes who are individuals who are going to give you non-biased information, like, okay, this is everything you have to do. Like, if you want this is all the pros, all the cons. What if you don't do anything? What are your resources? Da, da, da. So then you could actually dive into your internal wisdom and make the right call. And no matter where this, underworld path takes you, north, west, south, east, whatever, you're going to feel, more solid, because you're able to really come to centered with yourself, your mind, your nervous system, and your baby. And you guys are doing this like synchronized communication that will help you to know that, okay, I did what I had to do the best way that I was able to do at that moment. And I should not feel guilty and shame or bad. And so this is why at Familyology, we're starting to do peer groups known as community groups in our end. But we're having our full circle childbearing group, and it's online, and it's every second Thursday of the month at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And our next class starts on the 9th of January, so that's pretty cool. And you can always go to our website, familyology.com, and go click on our community groups, and then you sign up. You enter your a really short survey, not survey, but form that says your name, your email, blah, 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 and you're in. And then from there, we'll send you the Zoom link, and we'll get together, and it's going to be very intimate, and we're going to be diving there. I know in the website we have what topic we're going to be diving into this week, and we will be putting like the next 3 months topics as well. But this is a little bit wrap up of our episode on joining hearts. It's not joining hearts. Uniting hearts. Our United Hearts talk. And I just want to thank you.
You can join us though. You can join us.
Yes. But yeah, okay. Thank you guys.
Bye.